Hello,
Hello.
Lucinda?
Yes.
I am Jean-Christophe.
Hello.
Richard and Judy sent me over to cook for you. Apparently you had a little bit of bad time. Anyway, this is for you.
Oh, they're amazing, thank you.
Can I come in?
Yes, please do.
Are you sure?
When Jean-Christophe knocked on the door, I was completely surprised. I wasn't expecting it at all. But it was a nice surprise.
Your friend June has contacted Richard and Judy.
Right.
And apparently you had some bad time recently. Can you tell me about it?
My daughter Lizzie, who's just 5, fell off her bicycle and cut her chin very badly.
God.
She had to have 8 stitches, and it was
The
really
chin?
her chin. Yes, I've been feeling a bit down, to be honest, and a bit, typical mum, fat and frumpy, and I've just been generally feeling unappreciated. And
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Anyway, I'm going to cook something very special for you. I'm going to give you a bit of TLC and make sure you feel better.
oh, thank you. I'm looking forward to that.
You're very welcome.
Today I've decided to cook pork belly with some honey and red wine. And then what I want to do is to garnish it with some delicious potatoes, which I call pommes boulangères à ma façon. Now, the idea is to season your meat, and the most important thing is to actually cook without using any type of oil or fat or whatever. I'm using the fat himself. This should be able to release, because the pan is so hot, it's going to start releasing all the fat, the liquid, and also equally the most important thing is to give a lot of colors. I've got some bay leaves, I've got some thyme, and I've got some sage. Perfect herbs to cook dishes which usually take longer, like casserole, stew, and so on. Now, logically speaking, it should be a lovely color. Look at this. The fat has been released completely into the pan, which gives that amazing flavor. Now I've got this lovely honey. This is going to allow a gentle coloration. Next, the red wine. The red wine will mix and mellow very well with the honey. And that's why I've used those 2 ingredients very perfectly, especially when you want to make a stew. Now, you've got to make sure, can you see? The red wine is mixing with the honey, which is very, very hot. Also like a caramel. Now, next, I've got some amazing star anise. I'm going to drop 2 stars. And the flavor of this is extraordinary. Now next, this lovely fennel seed. I just want to dispose them on the top of the rind. I'm going to put a little bit of the juice. Now you acknowledge the color is so powerful. Now imagine this when it's going to be reduced in oven for about 2.5 hours at 130 to 150 degrees. It's going to be impeccable. Right. The next dish is the gratin boulangère. À ma façon. This is the onions. They need to be cooked. I'm going to give them to Lucinda to keep her busy. Now you can go quickly. You can start putting the onions. Always, wait. Sorry, I apologize. One tip. Always float things in a pan that way.
Right.
Okay? Otherwise the oil is going to come to you and you might burn yourself. Now the idea is to flip this around. We want a little bit of color but no more. Okay? Now the next stage after the seasoning is obviously herbs. Now take a lot of time, because we want to be generous. The most important thing is using your time this way and just snatch it like this.
Right.
Now we're going to put some bay leaves. Perfect. 1 or 2 will be 3 perfect. Now we're going to flip that about. You can use the wooden spoon. When the juice is coming out from the onions, it's time to introduce the curry.
Right.
That's it. That is done. Well done. I'm going to finish off the gratin. I'm going to let you have a rest. Put your feet up and I'll see you later. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. See you in a minute. Now, the most important thing is to put a little bit of butter in the bottom of your pan to make sure that the gratin doesn't stick while it will be cooked. And then we start making the gratin. Therefore, first we start with the potatoes, just roughly like this. Then next, the onions. Therefore, the onions are still warm, beautiful colors. There's that lovely flavors from the curry, which is very unusual. Curry is fantastic. There we are. Then next, we're going to put these beautiful layers of savoy cabbage, which I kept for about 10 seconds in the hot water with salt and water. Now, once again, we put some more potatoes, and then the cheese. This one is Beaufort, very powerful cheese from France. Now, the stock. We've got a chicken stock. Look at this, it's extraordinary. This should be going to the oven for 50 minutes at 160 degrees. Et voilà, magnifique. Pork belly with red wine and honey. Now, the gratin on the other side is smelling fantastic.
And the cheese has been glazing. Look at this.
That's it. We ready to eat?
Here we are, Lucinda.
Thank you, that looks lovely.
Pork belly and a gratin boulanger.
There we are.
Oh, this is delicious.
I am absolutely guaranteed that we've done a good job today. And we've managed to give a little bit of TLC. Chin chin.
Chin chin. Thank
All
you.
the best. And I'm glad you are feeling much better.
Oh, thank you very much.
Bon appétit.
Cheers. I've had a really good day, and very many thanks to John Christoph. He's a lovely person.
He really